When it comes to getting it right in retirement, I encourage you to think about it in two different categories. On the financial side, there are important topics regarding your money. You can do some or even all of these things on your own, or you can ask a financial professional like us for help. But you need to be smart about it either way. If you're retiring, you're talking about a lifetime of your savings, and mistakes can be costly. Don't be shy. Ask for advice. We work with brilliant people all the time, but they don't do this stuff every day. We do. On the personal side, there are a whole bunch of things that you can do to strengthen your stance throughout the years, no matter what life decides to send your way. What we find surprising is that most financial firms only talk about your money. At Stonehouse, we get it. We know that it's all the parts of your life that are important. Your health, your mind, your family, it all matters. So let's start with the basics. Here we go. Right out of the gates, I'm going to use the B word. Yep. It's super helpful to start with a budget. Relax. It's not the end of the world. But if you're going to go into retirement with no idea what your burn rate is, then you're already at a disadvantage. If you do have one already, fantastic. If you don't even know where to start, my partner Kirk Lunger did a video with me about creating a retirement budget, kind of tips and strategies. We'll give you the link somewhere in this video so you can hear some of his quick tips and save yourself some time. At least get a ballpark or a range so you understand just how much you'll need at the end of each month or each year. Create a paycheck for yourself, but not in a fantasy world like that, thinking you have endless amounts of money. Most of us have spent decades getting paid by our employer every 1 or 2 weeks, right? You're used to living like that. Well, now it's time to replicate that. Setting up a monthly or biweekly checks will help you stay in good rhythm with your cash flow and keep you from overspending or creating bad habits, like large lump sum distributions from your retirement plan. Those things are retirement killers. When I say emergency fund, I'm not saying life is scary, buckle up, but I don't know anyone who can honestly say that life has worked out for them exactly as they planned it. That's why you need an emergency fund. No, I'm not talking about a bag of cash. I'm talking an account somewhere safely invested that you can get at if you need it, but it's not mixed in with your regular spending cash. A good number to think about in that account is about 3 to 6 months of your spending amount, which hopefully you have a budget and you already know that amount. If not, go back to my first tip in this video. Be the captain of your own ship. Well, I don't think anybody should really model their retirement based on a Titanic, but my point here is that you are in control. Pick appropriate investments, diversify, remember to think about taxes, and set things in motion. Don't get lazy, don't make assumptions, and stay active. And I don't mean active in the sense of constantly moving your investments around. I mean monitor things. If you're using an advisor, they should be doing that for you. If you're a DIY person, then that's all on you, so don't get complacent. Okay, now let's move on to the more personal tips that you can use to prepare yourself for all the stuff that life's going to throw at you from this point. One of the best things you can do for yourself is knowledge. You just can't beat it. I'm not saying you have to be a genius. I mean, smart can kind of mean different things for different people. What I'm talking about being is aware of your surroundings, not just today, but what's down the road for you. Do you know how all your retirement benefits are going to work in retirement? Your 401k, your pension, your other investments, how they come together? What about Social Security? How does Medicare work? How will all of that stuff be taxed? Now, don't get overwhelmed. Honestly, a lot of financial professionals can help you go through these things. But whether you use a pro or you go it alone, there's still plenty of ways that you can educate yourself. Seminars, workshops, videos, podcasts, all kinds of stuff. Take advantage of that. I promise you, the more you hear things from the right people, the more you gain confidence, and that's a game changer. So, what are you doing tomorrow? And I mean that. Have you given thought to what you're doing the day after you retire? Not just the first week or the second week, but the first 6 months. Some people, just like you, find themselves lost, going through the motions day after day. It's a real thing. And in fact, one of our clients, John Franzoni, told a fantastic story through that cycle and how he moved through it and what he did during his first steps into retirement. We can link that video for you too. You'll love John. He's one of the nicest people I know. It was amazing how much honest detail he shared with us. It's well worth watching. Cut unnecessary expenses. That's a big one. And it sounds much harder today than it will be tomorrow. Now, why would I say that? It's because there's one thing that drastically changes in your life when you retire. See, today's your day is consumed with work time, right? But in retirement, you get that time back. You know what that does? That creates opportunities for you. How many choices and expenses do you pay now because you don't have time to do the things yourself? Lawn care, home maintenance, house cleaning, auto repair, cooking, the list goes on. This next chapter in your life gives you a great chance to bring some of that back onto your shoulders, especially if you love doing those things. We have a client who not only started mowing his own lawn again for the exercise, but then he loved it and he started mowing his neighbor's lawns for a little extra cash. That's a great example of a win. Speaking of extra income, maybe one of the best things you can do for yourself and for your wallet is to go out and grab some part-time work, or maybe the ultimate combo would be to turn your hobby into an income stream. I can give another example here where one of our clients who retired, but she wanted to stay busy, right? So she enjoys house cleaning. So she picked up how many days a week she wanted to stay busy. And then she easily found some great people who were busy themselves, and they welcomed her to come into her home in a heartbeat and help clean the place. So now she works several days a week, much shorter hours than when she was employed at her company. It's at her own discretion, but she's bringing in a nice income stream, and that means the less that she needs to draw down on her own personal investments. That's also a win. Okay, full disclosure here. I can be a mushy guy, and those close to me know that. No, not Will Ferrell kind of emotions. I don't mean that. That would be kind of ridiculous. But we do build some really deep, substantial relationships with our clients, and we feel their pain just as much as we actually share in their achievements. And you know what? The older I get, the more those emotions run deeper. And so I'm talking about transitions that happen to most of us as we grow older. Take a look at this chart from visualcapitalist.com. As we get older, especially around retirement age, we see a couple of these lines make dramatic turns. Time spent with coworkers, absolutely plummets. And time with our children drops down as well, but does level off thanks to hopefully the holidays and vacations and stuff. On the other side of the coin, though, time with your partner increases quite a bit. But look at that top line, time with yourself, through the roof. You better start liking yourself and loving those around you. These all become a much bigger part of your life than they are today. So embrace it. Well, that's a wrap for this one. Just remember, if you're ready to really start looking at all these things, give us a call. If you're looking for guidance, we do this stuff all the time. We love making it easy for our clients. We love helping them to be able to see their future and to empower themselves through education and confidence. Let's go.